Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrasham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Saravadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Adorations to the Divine Preceptor, who is the bliss of Brahman, the giver of supreme joy, the embodiment of pure consciousness, beyond the pairs of opposites, vast like the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond all modifications. To that divine Guru I offer my adorations. Blessed Sir, adorations. The Mystery of the Soul, Katha Upanishad, translated in English by Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Yoga Research Foundation, Miami, Florida. My humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Pujya Gurudev. Katha Upanishad, mantra number 25, day 11. So we covered mantra number 24, a little bit of recap. O Nachiketas, ask for any other boon, for wealth, prosperity, or long life, whichever you consider equal to that, the knowledge of the self. May you be an emperor of this extensive world. I shall enable you to enjoy the best of all enjoyments. So you can recall that Lord Yama is asking Nachiketas to take away the wound, the third one, and he can take something else equivalent to that question. So any other good things he is willing to give, and not only one he is willing to give, many of them. He named 16 of them, and then all giving him attractions or luring him towards the world, the worldly things, everything that has got a beginning and an end. So what does Nachiketa say? Or let's go move forward on mantra number 25. He says, whatever enjoyments are difficult for the mortal beings to enjoy, ask them all according to your choice. So he's further, Lord Yama is further saying, whatever is difficult to get, ask for that, for the worldly enjoyment. There are many things that's difficult, so ask for that. So take with you these heavenly apsaras, that's fair maidens. He's saying, giving him apsaras, 5-year-old boy, along with chariots and musical instruments. Verily, such enjoyments are not attained by the human beings of the earth. So these apsaras cannot be attained by the human beings. So he's saying, but I will give it to you. You can take them with you. Be served by them. Take them and be served by them. But, O Nachiketas, do not ask me for the knowledge of the self or the state of the soul after death. So don't ask about the Atman, the self, and also don't ask about the state of the soul after death. So that's what Lord Yama is saying. Then Lord Yama continues to tempt Nachiketas in various ways. But the heroic Nachiketas stands adamant in his resolve to acquire knowledge about the self. Because he does remember that Lord Yama had said even the Devi Devatas, the gods, have difficult time understanding about the self. So he knows, Nachiketas knows, that no one else better than Lord Yama can teach him or give him the knowledge about the self. So Yama, as it were, advises. So this is further advice to Nachiketas by Lord Yama. These enjoyments are real and sure, while the fruit of knowledge is abstract and insecure. So he's telling that the fruits are insecure. What is the benefit of Atma Vichar? Inquiry into the self. What benefit do you get by inquiring the self? Why should you abstract? Why should you abstract Atman or self? Oh, Nachiketas, be wise and do not ask for the boon of Atmic knowledge. Let's see how far he goes. Mantra number 26. Nachiketas answered. So now, after all these from Lord Yama, Nachiketas is talking. O Yama, these enjoyments are perishable in nature, so it will end. It has a beginning and end. That's what he's telling him. Further, they destroy the vigor of senses and the mind. So these things destroy the senses and the mind. In addition to this, even the longest life is short. Therefore, let these chariots with their dances and music remain with you. I do not desire them. Good for Nachiketas. He's saying, I do not desire them. Keep it with you. Keep them with you. The dances, the apsaras, and all the music and everything, keep them with you. So Nachiketas discusses the impossibility of deriving joy from any kind of object. So Nachiketas is saying, I cannot derive joy out of any type of object. They are impermanent and transitory. So I'm just still so amazed. Imagine 5-year-old boy and talking like he's already enlightened. They have a beginning and an end. So keep it here. This knowledge very important. And these are the answers, the questions and answers that Nachiketas uses to explain something that he already knows, but he is giving examples here. He is saying all of these have beginning and an end. And how can they give joy during the brief period in between the birth and death? So that period between your birth and whenever the time comes for death, that period is still very short. And within that short period between the birth and death, how can they give so much joy? That's just a brief period. Whether the objects are celestial or mortal, they do not give happiness because of their perishable nature, because they finish. Only those who have their minds colored with desires can derive joy from perishable objects. So ask yourself, Do you derive joy out of these perishable objects, the perishable world? If you are deriving joy, that means you still have a long way to walk through. The pleasures in objects is imagined and not real. So he is saying these pleasures from the perishable objects is imagined and not real. It's not real, like the dream is not real. It seems all real, but it's not real. So same way, the world process also, all the items, it's not real. So if these objects give happiness by their own intrinsic nature, then all people should derive similar joy from similar objects. So he's using one more terminology here, one more explanation. He's saying another thing is these temporary items, the items that have a nature, intrinsic nature and temporary nature, if it was permanent, then everyone would have the same sort of pleasure. But no, different people derive different pleasures from the similar objects. But the object that delights the heart of an animal does not delight a man. That which delights a man does not delight a god or a Devi Devata. Thus, the objects are not equally pleasant to all. The same object cannot be equally pleasant for all. This shows that happiness is not in the objects, but in the imagination of the mind. According to good or bad deeds, a jiva or soul takes different births, and in each birth, the enjoyments pertaining to that particular birth are considered the best. The enjoyments of the other classes of beings are considered worst. The enjoyments of a dog may appear most ridiculous to a man or a god, but to a dog all human enjoyments are useless and insipid. So even the dog thinks the human enjoyments are useless, and humans think dogs' enjoyments are useless. So therefore objects do not give happiness by their very nature, but jivas or souls affected by their vasanas. Vasanas are subtle desires. Jivas are the souls and the vasanas are the subtle desires. It creeps into your mind, it hides there. Imagine happiness in them just as a person suffering from jaundice sees everything yellow. So when he has jaundice, he sees everything yellow. The idea that the objects are pleasant is due to one's jaundiced vision affected by ignorance. So just because the vision is there, you imagine things and say, oh, this looks very nice. So these are the jaundiced vision. So the self alone is bliss. All objects must depart, being ephemeral in nature. So very clearly explained. The objects of the senses may give happiness at present. So you can derive happiness from that object at this present moment. But they will give 1,000 times more misery at a later date. Even the life of Brahma, the creator, is considered to be conditioned by time, or basically it is conditioned by time, much less we were mortals. Even the longest life is very short. So Brahma has an end, so all these creations has an end. So the objects of the senses may give happiness at present, but they will give 1,000 times more misery at a later date. Isn't that something to ponder upon? You derive pleasure now, but later it's full of misery. Even the life of Brahma, the creator, is conditioned by time, much less we were mortals. Even the longest life is very short. According to the Puranas, 1 full year of mortals who reside on this earth is equal to 1 day and a night of the gods. So just know this. We say, oh, it's 1 year now. Somebody so and so has passed away or left this world. So think of this. 1 full year of mortals. So we, 1 full year here on this earth plane is equal to 1 day and night of Brahma. So when we finish 2021, what does that mean? That 1 full year here is only 1 day and night of Brahma. The 6 months of the Uttarayan, the northward journey of the sun, is daytime for the gods, and the 6 months of Dakshinayam, the southward journey of the sun, is night time for gods. So when Brahma blinks the eye, closes the lids, it's 6 months here, but for him it's half. If it's Uttarayan, then it is daytime, so half of the 24 hours. And when he opens, if it's southward journey, Dakshinayam, then when he closes, it's a night time. And that is Dakshinayam. Uttarayan, when he opens, it is northward journey, and it is the sun, it's the daytime. So 365 days and nights of the gods go to make 1 divine year. 12,000 divine years are the duration of 1 full cycle of 4 yugas. So the 4 yugas together is 1 full cycle of the 4 years is the 12,000 divine years. So when it's 12,000 divine years, then it is the full cycle of the 4 yugas, which is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. When the 4 yugas rotate 1,000 times, it constitutes 1 day of Brahma, the creator. The night of Brahma is of the same duration. In the night of Brahma, the 3 worlds are destroyed. When the 4 yugas rotate 1,000 times, it constitutes one day of Brahma, the creator. The night of Brahma is of the same duration. In the night of Brahma, the three worlds are destroyed. This is called Naimittik Pralaya. So when the world ends, it's called Naimittik Pralaya. And how long does it take? In the night of Brahma, the three worlds are destroyed. So, Naimittik Pralaya means the annihilation. When the world ends, the periodical dissolution of the world is called Naimittik Pralaya. So, Brahma lives for 100 such years. At the death of Brahma, there happens Mahapralaya or great dissolution. So Brahma lives for 100 years, remember that. And at the death of Brahma, there happens Mahapralaya. That's the time the world ends. Thus, time is relative. Whatever comes under the sway of time must meet death. So another way of explaining that who dies? When this body dies, the time is relative. So whoever comes under the sway of death, this samsara, the world process, is full of misery. So whoever comes under the sway of time must meet death. And then this samsara, the world process, is full of misery. It is as unstable as foam and froth on the ocean. Nachiketa pondered, what will I do with all the objects of the world? With the elephants, the chariots, the celestial damsels, sons and grandsons, which are transitory in nature and are a source of pain. So he is thinking of all those things that Yama is offering him, and he is thinking they're transitory in nature. And what will I do with them? So then Nachiketa says, "Oh Yama, keep all these things. You cannot divert my mind from its cherished boons to know the nature of the self." So this is the end of mantra number 26, day 11. So we covered mantra number 25 and mantra number 26. And we will continue with mantra number 27 in the next session. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So here we have already come to the point where Nachiketa is even rejecting those worldly pleasure items. And then the next session we will come to know what brilliance and divine love, light, peace, prosperity, equanimity, Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti to each one of you and your near and dear ones. Om Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu samastalokaः sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda from Sacramento, California. Om Hari Om. Ram 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiyo Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.